Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Frella. We're going to talk Cavs, and we're going to talk about the Ohio State men's basketball team and their head coach getting fired. We're going to talk a little Guardians. We'll get to all of that, but first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question, and it is an NBA trivia question. In one series, who had the most steals? I will have the answer later in the podcast. Well, the Cavs are on hiatus until after the NBA All Star Game, which is Sunday on TNT at 8 o'clock, uh, and they'll be back in action uh, this next Thursday on the February 22nd at 7 p.m. when the Orlando Magic come to town. So we look forward to that, and right now, I can tell you right now, the Cavs are in second place in the Eastern Conference with a record of 36 and 17 right now. Uh, and but right now, the Cavs are making a welcome return to broadcast partner WUAB Channel 43 for 5 games this season, and it's a rebound that results in Northeast Ohio fans for the first time since 2019 having Cavs games made available for free on WUAP. The deal was announced Tuesday by WOIO and WUAB parent company, uh, Gray Television, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The games will include. It begins March 5th when they play the Boston Celtics, March 8th when they play the Minnesota Timberwolves, March 29th when they play the Philadelphia 76ers, April 6th when they're at the Los Angeles Lakers, and the final one on April 7th uh, when they're at the Los Angeles Clippers. And you can watch these games on WUAB with our free over-the-air broadcast or on all major cable and satellite platforms. Uh, The Cavaliers and WUAB have had a broadcasting partnership dating back over 50 years ago, said David Hughes, WUAB Vice President and General Manager, who couldn't be happier to have the Cavs back on 43 for the first time since 2019. Uh, and uh, and today's opportunity for us is to really have a chance to test out 5 games on Channel 43 will be one of those unique moments for us to open our games up, let them be free for all, for all of our fans to consume and see how many more fans we can reach, said Nick Barledge, Cleveland Cavaliers Rock Entertainment Group and Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse CEO. Our philosophy has always been simple. If you have a television and you live in our market, you should be able to watch your local sports teams," said Matt Moran, Senior Managing Vice President for Gray. And I don't think you should have to have an expensive streaming service or a certain cable package to be able to access the team that you love. Uh, uh, and and to date, Gray Television has announced similar deals with NBA franchises, uh, in 5 other TV markets. Now, the Cavs teased this announcement in a Super Bowl ad on CBS 19 last Sunday, but you'll get to see those games for free beginning in March. You can stay tuned for future programming announcements. The Cleveland Guardians will begin their Cactus League uh, play on next Saturday, February 24th, against the Cincinnati Reds at Goodyear Ballpark in Goodyear, Arizona. You can watch this game on Bally Sports Ohio. Now, the Cleveland Guardians are nine MLB teams that will release City Connect uniforms this season. The Guardians join the Tigers, Dodgers, Twins, Mets, Phillies, Cardinals, Rays, and Blue Jays as teams that are getting City Connect uniforms in 2024. It's been a while since the Guardians have charged up their uniform, rotation. The last time they added a new jersey was in 2018 when they introduced a red jersey. The new uniforms will debut sometime between opening day and the All-Star break. Now, the Nike MLB Connect series was first introduced in 2021 as a way to collaborate the history, culture, and spirit of each Major League Baseball city. The Cleveland Cavaliers introduced a City Connect Edition uniform in 2023, last year, drawing inspiration from Playhouse Square. Now, the Guardians will open up the 2024 season on March 28th in Oakland, and the home opener is April 8th. So, mark your dates for that. We're going to get to the Buckeyes and men's basketball team in just a moment. Right now, it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question, which is an NBA trivia question. In one series, who had the most steals? And if you said Isaiah Thomas, you are correct. He had 207 steals in 1988. I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Turning over to the Buckeyes now. The Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team. Ohio State has fired Chris Holtmann, ending his tenure as the Buckeyes men's basketball coach just shy of his 7th season in Columbus. Now, the school announced the firing Wednesday and said that associate head coach Jake Diber will serve as the Buckeyes interim head coach for the rest of the season. Our responsibility to the program. So I just felt at this particular time, with 6 regular season games left and the Big Ten tournament and whatever the postseason brings, a spark was needed. Outgoing Ohio State Athletics Director Gene Smith said during a news conference Wednesday. So yeah, it's about the program in the end, and I have, to set aside my personal feelings and just go with what's best. Smith said the coaching change is obviously something I've been thinking about for a little bit. Holtmann had 4 years remaining on his contract, which ran through the 2027-28 season, and will receive a buyout of $12.8 million. The school the school in the release. They said in the release. New athletic director Ross Bjork will lead the search for Holtmann's replacement. Work will not officially start as Ohio State's athletic director until July, but the school announced Wednesday that he will begin an interim role in the athletic department on March 1st as a senior advisor to Smith. The Buckeyes lost for the ninth time in 11 games Tuesday with their 62 to 54 loss at Wisconsin, a defeat that dropped the Buckeyes to 4-10 in the Big Ten and 14-11 overall. They started out at 12-2, and then they just plummeted, and they've been struggling. So this does not surprise me. Holman led Butler to three straight NCAA tournaments before Ohio State hired him to replace Thad Matta in 2017. He started off his tenure at Ohio State with a 25-9 and 15-3 in the Big Ten. Record in year one, and went to back-to-back NCAA tournaments and won a tournament game each year. The Buckeyes earned a number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament in 2021, but suffered a first round upset to number 15 Oral Roberts, then advanced to the second round in 2022. Ohio State took a big step back last season, however, finishing 16-19 overall and 5-15 in the Big Ten. And despite starting 12-2 this season, the Buckeyes have dropped to next to last in the Big Ten standings. Ohio State struggles on the road in the month of January have been well documented. The Buckeyes haven't won a road game since January 1st, 2023, and they're 18-29 over the past 6 seasons in the month of January. Holtmann started his coaching career as an assistant at Division III Geneva College and moved up the ladder before taking over as the head coach at Gardner Webb. He took the Running Bulldogs from 11 wins in year one to a second place Big South finish in his third season, then left to join Butler's staff as an assistant under Brandon Miller when Miller took a leave of absence. Holtmann was promoted to the interim head coach and was given the permanent job after just 3 months. But this does not surprise me. I think we all knew this was coming, and I really think they will find the search has started. I think they will find a good replacement for Holtmann. So, yes, Chris Holtmann fired after nearly 7 seasons with the Ohio State men's basketball team, but the women's basketball team, I'm happy to say, is number 2 in the Big Ten. So we'll see what they do in their postseason, and I'll keep you updated on that. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back with another podcast this weekend or next week. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done. Oh, whoops. Shit.